A long, long time ago, a kingdom lived in peace.
Okay, very much
Nothing to fear.
like a fairy tale.
The monster attacked without warning. But in that darkest hour, a hero rose up.
So, guessing this big monster's returning, something's happening.
Because the monsters are always out there.
1,000 years. So, okay, yeah, it's all futuristic. Okay, this is a cool aesthetic, the kind of night, but also futuristic, medieval futurism. So I know there's like some cool backstory behind this film with Blue Sky making it, and then Disney buying Blue Sky, and then Netflix picking it up after they dissolved Blue Sky. But I noticed there wasn't the Blue Sky logo at the start.
Ambrosia's Golden Loin. Hey. Direct descendant.
Golden Loin.
And the most anticipated knight of a...
Okay, competition on who's going to be the new knight. And then there's the titular Nimona. I know she's like a shapeshifter from the trailer. Okay, real underdog then, Ballister. What is the test that they've got to do here?
They're gonna love you, like I do.
Yeah, I know this was going to be Disney's actual first gay relationship and first on-screen same-sex kiss. Although, like, you could make that argument for Lightyear, because there's a quick one that was barely on camera. This seems much more focused on it, though.
Mr. Ballister?
Squire, come take a picture with the real knight, not some charity case. High five! Smack that.
They've even, like, done him dirty with his armor. They've given him dark armor that looks kind of more evil, I guess.
Today, the kingdom will see you for who you really are.
Thank you, Director.
Director? Teacher's pet.
Be sure to also check out the Patreon for the full length one before we get too far into it. There's also early access over there and polls, so you can vote for what I watch next too.
I've been looking forward to this moment.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Any of you should be able to hold the sword if you want it. If you earn it.
Yeah, it's given that message, especially to all the kids, inspiring them.
Let a new era of heroes begin with you.
Oh, yeah, there was something wrong with it, wasn't there? I thought he felt it and saw that something was wrong. So they've set him up, they all think he assassinated the Queen. His arm just fully off as well, wow. I mean, act on instincts. That's the right thing to do in front of the people as well. I thought it was going to be when she was knighting him, something would go wrong, like the sword would break and it'd be a bad omen, but no, it's fully set up.
He's vile.
He's got no place in this kingdom.
He's a murderer.
He's a monster.
He's perfect.
Okay, she's got a role for him, a use for him. Yeah, more futuristic technology, I guess. Smite himself can build himself an arm just like that.
The garbage and the smell of sadness really pull the whole thing.
Can she teleport?
Who are you?
The name's Nimona.
Or was that just stylistic?
What? Did they let you keep the old one?
No.
I know she can shapeshift, I think.
Oh, look, it's me. On a rhinoceros, skewering several guards like a human
Really make my resume pop.
What?
Up here. So, about the job.
Is it just the transforming? She can travel so quick with that.
You, and then we rise like a fiery phoenix from the ashes to overthrow the government.
She's so much more expressive, isn't she?
The point is, whatever your dark heart desires, boss, you're...
I mean, the shape-shifting really helps for that, doesn't it? You can just make all the details super loose and exaggerated.
And I do need help. Not from you.
Oh, fine. Then from who?
The guy who cut off your arm.
Seriously?
It's complicated, okay? I am not gonna get arrested.
Murderer.
Oh, did he get arrested on purpose to meet Golden Loin?
Ballister?
Director? I'm innocent.
Yeah, is there a new queen or king then as well? Maybe it was a play to get someone into power.
You won't be talking to anyone anymore, Ballister.
Please, please, just listen to me.
No.
I guess Nimona can break him out quite easily. Turn into a snake, get through the grate. Depends how advanced it is technology-wise.
Because once everyone sees you as a villain, that's what you are.
Okay, so she's been through something like that as well.
You gave it a good shot, though. I gotta hand it to you.
Is she actually that like ancient evil that there was, and it wasn't actually like that evil? She was just labeled as that.
If you see anyone, hi.
Oh, the highlights in his eye are square. You know, is that all character design that other characters have different shapes?
This place should be crawling with guards.
Has she already got to all the guards?
They were like this when I got here.
Yeah, hers are like diamond.
Knights don't mope, we brew.
I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, I wasn't sure if I liked the artistic. Oh, he's here. It's the lighting. I wasn't sure if I liked the art style, but I think the lighting really helps.
Oh, look, it's Glorin!
Where?
Like there, it looks great with the light coming in, with the shell shading. The kind of office area with the downwards lighting was really flat. That fits for an office though.
This is the part where you run.
And is he gonna ride her just like the photo? Just like the drawing she did?
Are you gonna be okay? No! You promise.
Right.
This is great, this like one shot just with her transforming the whole time as well.
Huh, this floor is surprisingly stable. Cold in here?
She'll be something that flies, I guess. Or not, she just lets him fall like that. Now he's wanted even more as a terrorist too.
How long was I out for?
15 years.
Last thing I remember, we were in a supply closet, and now...
So he's lost everything about the transformations. Yeah, because we saw the Great Evil was like a dragon, and she had a dragon transformation there.
Why are you helping me?
Because I'm bored. And everybody hates you too.
Yeah, she sees the familiarity. The outcast. So she was maybe outcast and had nothing to do. And his eyes are triangle. All the highlights are triangles, not the actual eyes. Ballister's are square. Square is usually like stability and reliable.
Something.
Nimona's are diamonds and like pointy.
The sword that...
The queens are diamonds and pointy as well, actually. Same as Nimona.
Your uncle's head fell on my grandma's butt. Oh, that's hilarious.
What's going through his head? Like he's lost trust in Ballister? It seems like he's just disappointed so far.
And big fat unicorn.
Fat unicorn.
Yeah, you saw it. The thing with the horn that broke everything.
You mean rhinoceros?
If I meant rhinoceros.
I do kind of like Todd, how stupid he is.
I'll hunt him down.
I'll make it hurt. I'll
do it.
Ooh, gotta prove himself.
If anyone can find Ballister before someone else gets hurt.
He can find him and talk to him. He's not fighting him just to hurt him. I was worried that he was like turning on Ballister there. He was like, oh, Queen's been murdered, now he's escaped, caused all this damage. I didn't know who he truly was, and then was gonna go after him with actual like malicious intent, but he's not yet anyway.
Every shadow, find Ballister, and bring him to me.
I feel like he still has a bit of hope that Ballister's good. They were together in a relationship. He knows that he's a good person.
I can't be seen with that! Ah!
This is quality sidekicking stuff.
It's too much.
Yeah, he needs to go stealthy.
Please do not be alarmed.
The technology is cool.
Have you ever even been outside the wall?
Yeah, because I have a death wish. No, no one has.
So maybe there's nothing there?
The whole history is a lie. All controlled by the royal family, the narrative.
Remember, slay something.
Okay.
We need a distraction.
Who has 4 thumbs and is great at distractions?
Fine, but dial it down. Something inconspicuous and
Yeah, he's got to get her to do it.
See something, slay something.
Okay, so she can turn. Doesn't have to be pink what she turns into. Still has that streak in the hair though.
I hate myself.
I mean, this isn't helping his image. Not that much help he can do to it anyway.
Our chariot awaits.
Oh wow, yeah.
Something doesn't feel right.
Knows him too well. She knows Nimona.
Normal?
I just think it'd be easier if you were a girl. A lot of people aren't as accepting as me.
I thought you should just say to blend in for this stealthy mission.
I'm just trying to understand what I'm working with here.
I'm Nimona.
Yeah, she always just answers with that.
That explains literally nothing.
She's just herself, not a monster or whatever it is.
A wish to one day be trapped on a subway.
Yeah, it's all
Uptight night.
all a lie, just leading him on.
Cool, we're here. Oh, and so are your friends.
Oh, his eye shape changed there. It was more diamondy, like Nimona's.
I know.
Look, Squire!
Hi, excuse me.
I've got to get him out of here. Quiet.
Yeah, you can tell there was clearly something wrong with Squire when he gave the sword.
Excuse me, Mr. Squire, sir. I can't find my mom.
Yeah, like Goob from Meet the Robinsons.
Guys, please help me, please help me. A little demon baby is after me.
Balancer, stop!
Arm. Yeah, holding off on that shot, he's gonna get called up on that, especially by Todd.
Look, let's just question the Squire and get out. Your leg.
Huh?
There's an.
Oh, can she shapeshift to help get it out easier or something?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, most people scream at that part.
I'm not a people.
Right.
Where's all the blood though? There's blood that when he first touched it.
I've been through worse.
I was thinking the blood was like something her messing with him maybe.
Todd swapped my sword, didn't he?
What? No.
Why are you protecting him?
Who would protect Todd?
Guess we're just gonna have to.
Yeah, everyone hates Todd. So she set him up, yeah. A play for the throne or something?
None of this makes sense.
What would be her reason to keep it? Because it was only certain families who were supposed to be the knights. Is she trying to do that?
The Institute needs to shut down.
This video could damage people's faith in the Institute.
That he cares too much about the Institute and she wants to bring it down.
The Institute's not the problem. The director is.
The director's directly part of the Institute though.
Arm topping is not a love language.
Cut off my arm. He disarmed a weapon.
He acted on instinct, yeah, seeing the queen be killed.
You think this stops with the director? You should be questioning everything right now.
Yeah.
I'm breaking stuff.
That won't be necessary.
And they're getting closer. His eye highlights are more diamond shaped, not as pointy as hers, but they're like diamond now. Like the squares turned on its side, turned on its head.
Who chops off an arm? Because I was trained to? Arm chopping is not.
Oh, that was all in his head. Yeah, that was cool, showing what's going on internally.
And I have proof.
He's got a weapon!
No!
Ah, of course. It'd never be that easy.
What are you waiting for, Captain?
Hurry before the whale gets here.
I mean, who's in charge now after the queen's dead? They haven't really addressed that.
You want to know who the kid is?
Oh, I like where this.
Oh, okay. That was great. It seems like she's got some favourite animals. The ostrich, the armadillo, the gorilla as well, especially.
Told you you'd want the wings.
She's got the dragon wings, but she hasn't fully turned into a dragon yet.
Did I ever mean anything to you? Or was it all just a lie?
Yeah, here's the one who feels betrayed.
What? You're gonna kill me now too? You believe that?
Ooh.
Wait till you see what we do to your pet monster.
Ooh.
Leave her alone!
Had to be Todd, didn't it? Oh, there we go. Okay, there's the dragon form. Ah. Did Ambrosius see that?
It's okay.
But even when she's being a hero, she's still, yeah, people still turn on her. Is that like her true form? 'Cause we had the story of her as a kid. I don't know how much of that was true.
They grew up believing that they can be a hero if they drive a sword into the heart of anything different. And I'm the monster?
You can't blame the kids though. It's what they've been socialized and taught to believe.
Together?
Listen, you were right about everything. The Institute.
Yeah, he's finally seeing it's corrupt all the way down.
No matter what we do, we can't change the way people...
From top to bottom.
Did you swap his sword? Did you set him up? Tell me the
But why? Oh, he's noticed his shoulder pads are big lions.
And the crack grows bigger and bigger until the wall crumbles.
It's about not having control.
Allowing Ballister to hold the sword was the first crack in the wall.
Yeah, she just doesn't want change.
We have a monster in our kingdom.
Is that...
But it seems Nimona has been here before all of that anyway. Oh. They can't kill him off now.
So,
The way he was acting there seemed very over dramatic.
I killed the queen.
Was he acting that? But how does he survive this? Is that Nimona transformed into him?
May Glorith forgive you.
So, yes. I framed
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
You called me your sidekick.
I did, didn't I?
You called me your son.
And
I'm surprised she wants to be a sidekick and not equals. Oh, and yeah, he'll see the truth now anyway.
you didn't tell me you could breathe fire.
Oh.
Well, she could be a dragon, so of course she can.
The kingdom is rocked by new footage of the director making a truly shocking...
This feels like it's going too well, though.
I killed the queen. I framed Ballister.
Are people going to agree with her for it, you know, or something? They still believe in the institution.
I framed Ballister.
No, it's all down with the institute in there, and we need answers. Yeah, where does it go from here, though? I mean, she is technically still in power. They need to take her down.
With me.
Yes, sir.
And he's using Ballister's blade.
This explains everything.
What? She's got some excuse, something. There wasn't some, like, old prophecy that would foretell all of this. But, like, has she made up that old prophecy just now when she was in there? Okay. That way they'd always used to meet. Couldn't drop the gold armor, could he?
Citizens of the realm. That is not me in the recording.
Oh, she's gonna just claim it was the Nimona's shape-shifting.
Something that can take any form. It could be anyone. Your spouse, your children.
Ah, turning everyone against each other as well. We already had some, like, inklings of a spy state with all of the surveillance. Now everyone's turned on each other, surveilling each other.
But together, we'll take her down and prove it to the kingdom. You'll be a knight again.
How do you get much proof when there's a shapeshifter? It's a bit of a, like, take commentary on, like, AI. Because you could, like, AI and deep fakes and things, and how you can claim something was deep faked when it wasn't.
She's evil, Belle.
Evil? No, you're wrong. We've been wrong about everything.
So he actually wants to go after Nimona.
Look at it.
Yeah. So she's been that ancient evil.
She's my friend.
Aren't I more than that? We can slay this monster.
Yeah, she's been falsely titled a monster all of this time. Oh, God. What's Todd doing with this then? Or he could say Ambrosius has been in cahoots with them the whole time or something.
You wanted them to see a villain, someone else to hate, so you wouldn't be alone. Because you're not a sidekick.
I mean, that was initially what she was doing.
I'm a what?
You know what you are.
With him.
You say it.
She wanted someone else to be a villain alongside her.
Say it.
Oh, okay. The well. So part of her story was true at least. Okay, so we're getting flashback, but she could already transform. Did she wish for something else? Like, she's obviously looking for friends here with all of these different animals. Oh, that looks a lot like Nimona, actually, in terms of freckles and things. Is her form kind of inspired by her? This form that she has here is so cute, it's adorable. But once she reveals, she can shapeshift. Okay, it's okay with her, but it might be revealed to the rest of the town. Yeah, they've all seen. Oh, and they just gotta blame that on her. The village burning down. Didn't even do a thing.
Glorith?
That's Glorith. And then from then...
Go back to the shadows from whence you came.
So that all happened as kids, wow. Yeah, so like part of the mythos of it is still a lie.
No place for you! Don't lie to me!
Go back.
So she has always been just a shapeshifter. It's not like she was cursed or anything by the well. But now she's embracing becoming the monster. So was she ever actually exiled or bound away like the story foretold? What kind of form has she taken on here as well? It looks almost smoky. Is it just like shrouded in shadow? Ooh. Oh, multiple eyes. Yeah, we saw multiple eyes somewhere earlier too. Oh yeah, that's really cool. They're causing more destruction than she is. I think we just need Balafur to talk to her and calm her down. Yeah, just the sound of that. Breaking all that glass is really cool.
Let's shoot some dogs and break some hearts. I'm gonna be a freaking hero.
Who actually plays Todd? Because he reminds me so much of the guy from B Movie.
High five,
Bruh.
Of course, he's actually just a coward. Yeah. Second push comes to shove. Is there some sort of weak spot on her belly? There is like light coming through there. Oh, yeah, they've never been faced inwards like that. They weren't designed to be.
Someone is turning the cannon into the kingdom.
Yes, I know. I gave the order.
That's just gonna cause so much destruction.
What are we doing?
Yeah, finally comes to the realization. It reminds me a bit of the monsters from Attack the Block.
The fact that everyone in this kingdom wants to run a sword through my heart.
Is she gonna let them?
Or that sometimes I just want to let them.
Bao has to stop it, but she's going to. I love some of the effects on that. Yeah, the blue and red coming in, it's like the 3D. This is not just white.
I see you, Nimona, and you're not alone.
She's just Nimona.
Fire the cannons.
Ooh.
Kill it.
No, people, they've got to refuse.
That monster is a threat to our very way.
What if we've always been wrong?
How is she actually a threat? You're the ones making her a threat by challenging her. Ooh. Okay, yeah, still needs to be a big fight at the end. Oh, she's still just gonna fire it herself.
It's time you rewrite the story.
Ooh, yeah, she said like a phoenix. It's a kind of similar form to before.
Back to the shadows from whence you came.
Nimona!
Looked like it had fired like just as when she was right on top of it.
Come back.
It's so hard to know how much power Nimona has as well. Can she like reform from these shards? Oh, that's her eye shape. It's like a diamond, but at some points it was more rounded like that. And what about the director? Yeah, oh yeah, the wall's been blown open and this is fine the other side. That looks great. The landscape there, that works really well in that art style.
Maybe it's not that kind of kingdom. Or maybe it's not the end of the story.
Yeah, something. I mean, it is somewhat a happy ending. The whole town and everything the whole city's much better. I don't know, it is that first kiss. Oh, they made her like final form there cute. No, you don't get to deserve to pay your respects. Yeah, is there a chance she could be around somewhere? Or like she can reform if she is. I mean, we don't know what she is. She's just Nimona, but like, what kind of powers she has? Is she actually immortal? Kind of like, she didn't really bother her much when she was stabbed. She might be able to reform eventually or something from those shards that were floating.
Hey, boss.
Holy
Okay. Okay, so that was Nimona. That was great. Crazy story, the backstory behind the production of the film, with Blue Sky shutting down, Disney buying Fox, and then Fox owning Blue Sky, then Disney shut Blue Sky down. I'm glad the film finally actually got made though, because it was great. I wasn't too sure how I would feel about the art style. I'd seen the trailer for this and some clips of it, and I wasn't like blown away. It kind of has that cel shaded art style, but a lot of the things, there were some textures in there, but it was kind of very flat texturally. And I think in some places it works better than others. I'd heard the film was about 75% complete once it got like shut down and everything, and then people came in and finished off the animation. So it does make me curious, you know, what was done beforehand and what was done after. But there are some parts that seem very flat, but it seems intentional, because there's parts where there's very kind of strong lighting, and I think that looks best where there is very strong direct lighting. But there's moments where the lighting is very flat, but that is almost on purpose. When it is in this kind of like office block kind of thing, it seems very flat and drab, but that fits thematically in being in that office block, you know? I mentioned it many times during the reaction, the kind of highlights in people's eyes, and they seem to change shape throughout. You know, it's kind of going with character design and shape language within that. So we have like Ballister, and he has the square ones, and square is usually, you know, stable, reliable. I think that fits his character really well. Nimona, they're a bit like more pointy and jagged, which makes sense for her. And then the director, hers were also pointy and jagged, maybe symbolizing that she was evil all along, you know, a bit of foreshadowing there. I think the Queen also had them, so that was maybe potentially pointing out that there was this hidden history with everything going on and how it's all been corrupt from the start and how they've controlled the narrative, how the royalty have controlled the narrative. And then this film would have been, if Disney actually finished it off, it would have been the first ever same-sex kiss in a Disney film. And that's just Disney at this point, you know. They keep doing this thing where they're like, oh, here's our new gay character. It's our first ever gay character. And then there's nothing on the screen ever. This would have actually been a step forward for Disney, but they scrapped it and it had to be picked up by Netflix. And then along with that, you know, we have the direct LGBT things with Ambrosia and Ballister. But with Nimona, it does seem like most of the story there was an allegory for being trans. You know, we have the constant questions of what are you, and the answer is always just, I'm Nimona. That's just all she is. She's just Nimona, nothing else. And then Ballister's like poking and prodding, trying to get the backstory, and she's saying, what's with all these questions, all of the small-minded questions? But I think that allegory really adds a lot of depth to the film when it comes to the final act with Nimona and how she was going to end it all. And I didn't like fully cry, but I did tear up in that moment, and it's mainly because, you know, with the allegory and then Nimona trying to end things, it's the increased rate for trans people, for S wording, that just, yeah, that's what got to me there, really. I think it's quite obvious that's the intention. I think is quite obviously the intent behind Nimona and the character is that, so that really hits home in the moment there. The stats are 80% of trans people have considered it and 40% have attempted it, which, yeah, that's just heartbreaking. So that moment really hits home, her not being accepted. I think the shape-shifting as a device also kind of plays into that. There was the moment Nimona was the big dragon and then saved that little girl and then transformed back into that form where she is the little girl. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this, because it's almost like she's created this like more vulnerable, she's exposed this like more vulnerable side to herself there. I wouldn't say it's like showing her true self, because to say that would be like your true self isn't your gender that you identify with. It reminds me of the film Tangerine, if anyone's seen that. At the end, they take the wigs off, and that is kind of a very vulnerable moment. It's not, I wouldn't call it exposing yourself or exposing your true self, because your true self is what you identify with. But it is like creating this vulnerability, and that vulnerability, it was exploited. The girl that she showed her true form to, or maybe true form isn't the right word to use, but she saw her and still called her a monster, even though she was like in this form that is quite innocent and more relatable to a child. And then we had Nimona's backstory as well, how it all ties in, how the legend started, and the legend actually started with them both as kids rather than the statue. You know, we see the statue and it's a fully grown woman holding the sword saying, "Be gone," whatever. I can't remember the exact thing she said, banishing her, but it was actually just her as a child. Glorif was just a child when all of that happened, and it was more, you know, the influence of the others, the influence of this village that caused her to flip. You know, she was friends with Nimona for ages, and then suddenly the influence of your elders is what's flipped. And I mentioned it with the other girl that she saved as well. It's like the kids had been socialized to be taught that Nimona was wrong, that Nimona was evil, but through their own experience, they've seen Nimona do good things, and it's very much like how bigotry is taught to kids. You know, that's how it happens, that's how it starts. It's the parents teaching the kids these bigoted ideas. And then it's quite obvious that the city, the town, is quite inspired by England. You know, there were points towards the start where it was like, okay, they're going down into the subway, the tube. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like New York. Obviously, it's like medieval, so medieval England makes more sense. And then they have like the map of the trains, and it's just like the tube map, so it's very much English. And you have some commentary there of kind of the police state. Some of it reminded me of like a bit of 1984 with we had all of those people monitoring the cameras and like scanning people's faces, didn't we? So we had a bit of that kind of mass surveillance going on there. And then again, England with the trans allegory. I know this is based off of a comic, which must be, you know, this film has been in production for like at least 5 years, but England, it feels like we're slowly going backwards when it comes to trans rights and trans people and how they are treated. It feels like we're getting worse and worse, which is horrible. But it's like the institutions, as we're seeing in the movie, and how the institutions are controlling the narrative. I think the whole metaphor and allegory just works so well here, really. At the start with Ballister, even though he is done dirty by the institute, he still believes in it, and it takes even more for him to realize that it is the institution that is the problem. It needs to be dismantled. It's like you can't really take it down from the inside. Like he thought, oh well, this bad thing's happened, but I still believe in it. It took him a while to be able to disconnect from the worship, the praise of the institution, you know, and then he eventually got to see it like as an outsider with the help of Nimona. One little thing that I found funny is I was going to mention it, but then the story got more interesting, so I didn't have a chance. Didn't Gloreth look just a little like Link from Wind Waker? She was like blonde and had the blue tunic. It looked very much like Link. I just thought that was funny. I didn't get a chance to mention it during the reaction because then it was revealed that that was actually Gloreth. And I had known before going into this had a same-sex kiss. And, you know, the whole thing, I'd assumed it was Ballister and Ambrosia. But I thought it might have been a twist that it was actually Nimona and Gloreth, like, back then. And that was it, because, you know, we assume from the start, we know that Ballister is in that relationship, so that would have been a good twist to have it with them, but no, it was later on in the film once everything had been resolved. Good happy ending. And yeah, I was quite confident that Nimona would return. I don't think it would have ended on that somber note. It just didn't seem like that type of story. We saw like the little shards of Nimona, and I was like, okay, there must be a way for Nimona to like reform or something eventually, given enough time. And yeah, we see that right at the end. Okay, so I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or comment your thoughts on the film. And if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date in all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.